You're listening to Head Vomit. The following episode contains crude, rude, and often offensive content that may feel dirty in your ears. If you are concerned about your ears, please choose carefully when and even if to listen. This podcast is ad-libbed. If you are seeking a libbed podcast, look elsewhere. The views expressed are not necessarily those of the creators. Hello, and welcome to this week's Please Tell Me Who I Am. This week, TV presenter Rob Roy is looking for his roots. Not his gardening roots, no. You may know him from the programme Landscape on Channel 4. But this week, he's looking to find different roots. The roots of his family.
Hi, yeah, really good to be here. But kind of come on the show really just because I want to know more about my family past and my lineage and distant relatives, really.
So, how much do you know about your family?
My dad was a knee surgeon. Whenever I asked about family stuff, he was pretty quiet about it, and he didn't really tell me much. And a lot of friends have gone on, done the family heritage things and the DNA things and said, oh, you should do it. So that's why I'm here, really, just to know more.
Right, yes, I see. Well, that's quite a common concern, really. People like to find out what exactly is in their past and who they're descended from, of course. The archivists here have been through an awful lot of old paperwork and scrolls and stuff like that. You have quite a storied past, they've assured me. We have several books here. We have a couple of fragments. And then, of course, we have some papyrus. And we also have some chiseled artifacts from the walls of caves.
Well, excellent. I'm excited to learn more. Should we dig in? Should we see?
Yes, of course. Let's open up this first passage that they've highlighted. And this book is it's the Communist Manifesto. All right. Well, let's go and open up the first page here. They've written a little note in pencil here, and they said, "Oh, well, I'm sure you're as surprised as I am, but it turns out that your third great-grandmother was Chairman Mao."
Chairman Mao? My grandmother?
Yes.
Wow.
It says right here, under this family tree penciled in on the side, as you can see, if you follow your finger down, you have Chairman Mao, and then underneath you have, who's that? That's Samantha Smith. That's your grandmother.
Oh, wow.
Yes, it's quite fascinating, actually. Not many people have a direct descendant to such huge historical figures. So, but that's not where it ends.
Sorry. Did you say my grandmother is Chairman Mao?
You are partly Chinese.
Wow.
I know, it's startling to find out one is from a different part of the world. I understand this. Very confusing. But yes, let's go back further. Here's Chairman Mao, right there in the pencil. And opposite him is your great-great-grandfather, Lenin. Yes. And if you look at that, who's underneath there?
It says Charles Manson.
That's correct. Charles Manson was your grandfather.
Charles Manson. The Charles Manson.
Yes, he was the daughter of Chairman Mao and Lenin.
Hang on. I'm just rubbing my head here. What's going on? Okay.
But it doesn't stop there.
So there's more?
Oh, there's plenty more. We've barely scratched the surface of your long and illustrious family.
Okay, well, I'm a bit confused, but...
Well, should we push on?
Yeah.
All right, let's push on back into time. Okay, so we know that Charles Manson was your grandfather. Your great-grandmother was Chairman Mao.
Yes.
And just before that, look here. What do we have here? A little pamphlet here. Can you read that?
I think I can make it out. Hang on. This declaration of war is... What's that?
It says this declaration of war is signed Vlad the Impaler.
Vlad the Impaler?
Yes, he's your 12th great-grandfather.
No.
Yes.
Vlad the Impaler?
The very same.
So I'm a direct descendant of Vlad the Impaler?
Look at you now.
Wow, that's quite something.
How does it feel to be related to such a beastly man?
I don't really know much about Vlad the Impaler.
Can't you glean it from the name?
I guess he impaled people.
He did a lot of impaling, yes.
I guess he'd have to impale people regularly to have such a name as the Impaler.
More than the average conqueror, yes. And it also, here's a little fun fact about your 12th great-grandfather. He actually enjoyed cementing people into walls alive.
Wow. I'm sure he would have had a reason to do this.
Well, I'm not so sure. Anyway, but there's more than Vlad. There's more than Vlad.
It doesn't stop there.
It doesn't stop there. You know how evolution goes. One after the other, after the other, after the other, and ancestors and all that nonsense. So let's press on and see who Vlad is related to, of course. Trace his family lineage back, but also yours through his.
Right, okay. So who's next then? Marguerite.
Yes, Marguerite Robinson. And she married a man called Sven the Peasant.
Who's that?
The 8th great-grandfather to Vlad the Impaler. Sven was actually a woodcarver in the hills of Bavaria.
Right.
And he had quite a standard life, really, as you'd expect a man called a peasant to have. As you can see here, there's a little list of his crimes at the side here, because...
Crimes?
Yes, yes, of course. So Sven the Peasant had a pretty regular childhood for the day. You know, he was made to work the mines as a 5-year-old and brought up on nothing but cow swill. And eventually he was brought to a little town where he met your 22nd great-grandmother. He treated her well. They got married, it says here, at the town hall. The wedding was a big celebration in the village. But unfortunately, old Sven had a condition that psychologists now would realise as multiple personality disorders. But of course, at the time, people thought that, he was just a bit loony, really. So anyway, poor old Sven ended up butchering half the wedding guests with nothing but a carving knife.
Wow. I mean, this is a lot to take in.
Yes, you have several genocidal maniacs in your family tree.
Do you think this is why my father didn't tell me?
Yes, what was your father like, anyway?
He was a mean guy.
Mean?
Yeah, he was... I used to bring up things about the past and granddad and stuff like that. He was an alcoholic. My dad was an alcoholic. He didn't say much, really. Kept quiet. Muttered under his breath.
But he didn't cement anyone?
No, not... But we did have a good patio.
Was there anybody in the patio?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I'm sure my father did not know about his lineage.
No, of
That's
course
going
not.
way back. I hope not. It's just, well, this is a lot to take in. That's sure. Does that stop there then?
Oh, goodness, no.
No?
No, good gracious, no. Sven the Peasant is still on the modern side of your lineage.
Modern?
Yes.
Well, what century are we in now?
The 8th.
The 8th century?
That's right.
How far back does this go?
Well, I did tell you there were cave paintings.
Cave paintings?
Yes.
From my family?
Yes, from Lascaux and southern France. We've uncovered some very interesting things. But we're skipping ahead, really, aren't we?
I can't believe there's so much information you've managed to get from my family tree.
Look, DNA, it's incredible, isn't it? So,
extraordinary.
Before Sven, there was a man called Julius Caesar.
Caesar?
Yes.
The Julius Caesar?
No, not the Julius Caesar, obviously. Come on, how many maniacs can one man have in his family tree, you know?
I mean, it would be great to be related to Julius Caesar, but
yes.
I mean, I already relate to Mao, Charles Bronson, Lenin, and Sven.
Sven was the worst.
All these people I'm related to. It's just, I can't believe it. I just thought I was the son of a knee surgeon.
Well, you are.
From Corby.
You are a son of an alcoholic knee surgeon, but you're also much, much more. So anyway, Julius Caesar III is not quite as well known as the Julius Caesar, but he did lead a slave revolt in Rome. And I say...
So there's some good.
Well, I say he led a slave revolt. He actually led the forces against the slave revolt.
Oh.
So, yes, he actually murdered, they say, close to 90,000 slaves.
Fucking hell.
Yes, he put to the sword many. But as you can see here, it says this is Latin now, so obviously I'm presuming you can't read Latin?
I can't. No.
Yes,
You can?
Yes, it's one of my PhDs, yes. So here it says, Burstum invitorat, lomtom longum knifum, dedum kidum. And what this means is that he basically killed a lot of children. That was his favourite thing to do, actually. You have to allow some mistakes in translation, but I don't think there's anything more obvious than dedum kingum.
I mean, I just thought I'd come here today and find out I was related to Charlie Dimmock or someone like that. I mean,
Alan Titchmarsh.
I can't be related to all these people.
You can and you are.
No,
It's how time works, my dear boy. Now, when you die, you will have passed your seed on to the next person, and, with any luck, they won't be a mass murderer or a mass rapist, but, these are things that only time and genetics obviously can tell. I think the warnings are there.
I think so. I can understand why my dad did not tell me and drunk himself to death.
An early grave, yes.
Yeah.
No, well, I think it's understandable, really, but we really must go on the final leg of this journey. And for this, we have to go far back into the Aurignacian period and to the caves of Lascaux, several tens of thousands of years ago.
I can't believe you have all this information. It's just absolutely extraordinary. I mean,
DNA.
shocking, and I really don't know how to take it, to be honest. But
Science.
Science is extraordinary. So who's this person?
Well, he doesn't exactly have a name, as a lot of humans communicated with grunts and groans and moans back in those days. From what we can tell from the smearings on the ceilings of the cave walls, there was a man once known, modern-day translation would probably be known as Hector. Hector is actually just a bunch of squiggles on the thing, but that's what we call him anyway.
Sorry to interject. My uncle is called Hector. Old Uncle Hector.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, what a coincidence. But by any chance, did he enjoy raping sheep?
He is incarcerated.
For that very crime?
Fraud.
Oh, okay, well, I suppose it's sort of a modern equivalent, really, isn't it? Anyway, Hector, he would smear in his own urine and fecal-caked inky matter. He'd scrape onto the wall the story of his own life, and from this we can pinpoint that Hector was not only one of the most ruthless and dangerous savages that has ever graced the earth, but also he was your 9 millionth great-grandfather.
Hector
the almost chimp, as scientists named him.
I'm here. Sorry, I was stuck in traffic.
Oh dear.
Is everything set? Who are you?
Who are you? Are you Quincy Rice Faber?
I've come to tell this man he's Alan Titchmarsh's great-granddaughter.
Well, that's quite enough of that for 1 week, I think. Next week, we'll be finding out why Danny Dyer thinks he's Davina McCall's auntie. Studies show that head vomit is the only podcast you get less smart while listening to. At least you'll be smiling when it happens. Subscribe to the Head Vomit Podcast and become a grinning idiot today.